We're talking about the 2000D Washington quarter, a coin that, believe it or not, might be worth a fortune. If you've ever wondered if that quarter in your pocket could make you a millionaire, this is the video for you. Let's start with a little history. The 2000 Washington quarter was part of the State Quarters program, one of the most popular series released by the U.S. Mint. In this particular year, the Denver Mint, marked by the D on the coin, produced millions of these quarters to honor states like Massachusetts, Maryland, South Carolina, New Hampshire, and Virginia. The State Quarters program launched in 1999, running through 2008, and was revolutionary. Each quarter represented a unique design for one of the 50 U.S. states, which drove millions of people to start collecting these coins. The 2000 quarters, in particular, saw a significant demand and were minted by both the Denver and Philadelphia mints. But not every 2000D Washington quarter is just any old quarter. There are some extremely rare varieties that collectors prize for their unique errors and pristine conditions. Quarters with certain errors, like double dies, off-center strikes, or other minting mistakes, can fetch high prices among collectors. So, what could make a 2000D quarter worth $1 million? Well, there are a few factors. First, condition matters. A quarter that looks untouched, with its original shine and no scratches, is highly valued. Graded coins in MS 67 or MS 68, which stands for mint state, are much rarer and could fetch thousands. Then, there's the error factor. Quarters with noticeable mint errors, like doubling of the design elements or striking misalignments, can send value skyrocketing. Errors make the coin unique, which is a huge draw for collectors who want one-of-a-kind pieces. Another aspect to keep in mind is rarity. While millions of 2000D quarters were minted, very few of them with perfect conditions and unique errors make it to auction. If you've got a quarter with the right combination of a high grade and a rare error, you've struck coin collector gold. At auctions, these rare 2000D quarters have reached impressive prices. In some cases, even non-error coins in flawless condition have sold for thousands. But an MS 68 graded quarter with a significant error could reach astronomical prices, especially if demand is high. So, could your 2000D quarter be worth $1 million? While it's unlikely for most, the right error, condition, and a bit of luck could make it extremely valuable. Remember, professional coin grading is essential. If you think you have a rare or high-quality coin, having it evaluated can unlock its true potential. And that wraps up our deep dive into the 2000D Washington quarter. If you have one of these quarters lying around, it might be worth checking. Who knows, it could be your ticket to a massive payout. Let us know in the comments if you found any rare coins. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more amazing coin content. We're shining the spotlight on a coin that has sparked excitement in the collecting world. The 2002 P Mint Mark quarter dollar. Could this seemingly ordinary coin be worth millions? Let's find out. First, let's cover some background on this unique coin. The P Mint mark on the 2002 quarter signifies it was minted in Philadelphia. This year marked an exciting time in the U.S. Mint's history. It was part of the State Quarters program, which celebrated each state with its unique design. In 2002, the U.S. Mint released quarters representing Tennessee, Ohio, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Indiana, making them part of a highly popular series among collectors and everyday Americans. Each design was unique to the state it represented, showing symbols of their rich history and culture. But what makes these coins so valuable? Some versions of the 2002 P Mint quarters have unique errors or rare die varieties that can send their value skyrocketing. While typical 2002 quarters in circulation are worth face value, collectors have found special coins that are valued in the thousands or even millions. These error coins can vary widely. Look out for double dies, where the images or inscriptions appear slightly doubled due to a production error. Other rare errors include off-center strikes and die clashes. These unique features make these quarters exceptionally rare and desired by collectors worldwide. So where should you look? Check the coin's lettering, date, and design details on both the Washington portrait and stateside. Slight irregularities can mean a big payday, Some of these rare coins, especially in mint condition, have auctioned for record-breaking prices. Now, you're probably wondering, how can a single quarter fetch millions of dollars? Rarity, condition, and error uniqueness play a massive role. The thrill of finding a unique piece with a historic mistake drives collectors to bid high and add these valuable coins to their collections. If you come across a 2002p mint quarter, carefully examine it. Who knows? That coin in your pocket change could be the next million-dollar discovery. Remember, quarters in pristine condition with the rarest errors are the most valuable. We're diving deep into the 1999p mint mark quarter dollar, an iconic coin from the start of a groundbreaking series in U.S. coinage history. Could this coin hiding in your pocket change be worth millions? Let's find out. 1999 was a landmark year for the U.S. Mint and for American coin collectors. This was the first year of the state quarters program, where each state got its own special design. The program aimed to celebrate each state in the Union, featuring iconic symbols that represented each state's unique heritage. Millions of people collected these quarters as they were released, state by state, over 10 years. The coins from 1999, featuring states like Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Georgia, and Connecticut, were the first in the series. And here's the kicker. They were produced with the Philadelphia mint mark, signified by the P on the front of the coin. So what makes the 1999p quarter dollar so valuable? Well, not every 1999p quarter is worth a fortune. However, certain unique versions, specific errors, and high-grade conditions can make these coins incredibly valuable. Some coins from 1999 were struck with notable errors that collectors are willing to pay big bucks for. Among these, double die errors and misprints are especially sought after. Coins with unusual die cracks or off-center strikes can fetch thousands, sometimes even tens of thousands of dollars. If you've got a 1999p quarter, here's what to look for. High-grade coins in mint state, MS, conditions, like MS68 or higher, are highly desirable. Even a tiny difference in grade can mean a significant boost in value. Look for double die errors, particularly on letters or the state designs, or any unusual markings like die cracks. These errors can increase a coin's value exponentially. The coin's luster and overall appearance, such as no signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration, can dramatically impact its worth. Now, here's what you're waiting for. Could this coin really make you a millionaire? The answer is possibly, but only under certain conditions. The 1999p quarters with the most value tend to be unique errors or extremely rare perfect specimens, especially those graded by top-tier grading services like PCGS or NGC. In fact, a few high-grade coins with perfect mint conditions have gone to auction and fetched tens of thousands of dollars. Some high-end error coins from the state quarter series have reached values close to $1 million if they're rare enough and highly desired by collectors. Many state quarters are still in circulation. Dealers might have high-grade 1999p quarters that are relatively affordable now but may appreciate over time. If you find a pristine coin or one with an unusual error, consider getting it graded. To wrap it up, the 1999p quarter dollar is a coin with a rich history, being part of the state quarter series that captured the hearts of collectors nationwide. And while not every 1999p quarter will make you a millionaire, those rare gems with perfect mint marks, unique errors, or high grades just might. We're diving into a fascinating coin from American history, the 1972 no-mint mark Washington quarter. You might have this coin lying around, and you'll be surprised to know that some versions of it could be worth a lot more than 25 cents. Up to millions of dollars. Let's explore why. First, a bit of history. The Washington quarter design was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. It featured his profile on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse, designed by sculptor John Flanagan. This design continued for decades, and by 1972, the Washington quarter was a household staple. But why does this specific 1972 quarter stand out? Well, it's all about errors, unique die varieties, and the absence of a mint mark. You might be wondering, what does it mean when we say no mint mark? Most U.S. coins are marked with a letter showing where they were minted. For instance, a D for Denver, an S for San Francisco, or a P for Philadelphia. In 1972, quarters produced in Philadelphia were left without a mint mark. So if you see a quarter from 1972 without a mint mark, it was made in Philly. Now, not every 1972 quarter is worth millions. The ones that are valuable are usually in pristine, uncirculated condition or have unique errors. Let's go through a few specific characteristics that can make a 1972 quarter incredibly valuable. Coins in mint condition, also called uncirculated, can fetch higher prices because they retain all the original details. If you find a 1972 quarter that looks almost brand new, it might be worth checking out its value. Some of the most valuable 1972 quarters are those with unique mint errors. For example, double die errors where the image or lettering appears doubled can make a huge difference in value. There's also a known error with the eagle on the reverse side, where its feathers appear slightly doubled. These rare features can dramatically increase a coin's worth. So, let's get to the big question. What is a 1972 no-mint mark quarter worth? For common circulated coins, it's worth its face value, 25 cents. However, if it's in near-perfect condition or has an error, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In very rare cases, a 1972 quarter with an error or in gem uncirculated condition could be valued at hundreds of thousands or even $1 million at auction. This high valuation happens when collectors compete over a coin that is almost impossible to find in such good condition. If you think you have a valuable 1972 quarter, here are a few tips. First, handle it carefully. Any scratch or oil from your fingers can lower its value. Use gloves, hold it by the edges, and store it safely. You might also want to invest in a magnifying glass or microscope to examine it for those rare features. Once you think you have a special coin, consider getting it professionally appraised. You can visit a local coin shop or use an online grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll give it a grade, which could reveal its real value. And that's the story behind the 1972 no-mint mark quarter that could be worth a fortune. Who knew a simple quarter could carry such potential value? So go check your pockets, your couch cushions, and any old jars of change. You might just strike it rich with a 1972 Washington quarter. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to MA Dollar Coins, and comment below if you found any rare coins. We're uncovering the history and hidden potential behind the remarkable 2017 P Mint Mark quarter dollar. You might be surprised, this common-looking coin could be worth thousands or even millions of dollars under the right circumstances. So, if you have one of these lying around, keep watching. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a recent quarter. How can it be so valuable? Well, let's dive into the story and features that make the 2017 P quarter a true collector's treasure. In 2017, the United States Mint celebrated the 225th anniversary of its establishment, making it a very special year for U.S. coins. The 2017 P Mint Mark quarter stands out because it was the very first time in history that Philadelphia Mint quarters bore a P Mint mark. It was a nod to this landmark year, and it made the 2017 P quarter unique and desirable among collectors. Now, normally, quarters from the Philadelphia Mint don't carry a mint mark, which means this P on the 2017 quarter was a rare and historic addition. This small letter adds a big boost to the coin's collectability and its potential future value. So what makes this coin special aside from the mint mark? Well, it's actually the combination of the unique mint mark, limited mintage, and condition. Collectors have always been intrigued by firsts in minting history, and the 2017 P quarter is one of those firsts. Coins in pristine condition, that is, those with little to no wear, are particularly valuable. But here's where things get interesting. Some 2017 P quarters in perfect, uncirculated, or even graded mint state MS conditions have been known to sell for thousands of dollars. And a few rare ones, especially those with unique features or errors, might even reach the $1 million mark at auctions if they capture the interest of high-end collectors. If you find a 2017 P quarter in exceptional condition, that's the first step. Check if it's near flawless, free from scratches, or still has that fresh luster. Errors like off-center strikes, double dies, or unusual markings can dramatically increase the coin's value. Consider getting the coin professionally graded. Coins graded MS-65 or higher can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And as we said earlier, a perfectly graded coin could potentially reach 6 or even 7 figures. Imagine finding a coin you thought was just pocket change and discovering it's worth thousands. And with the 2017 P quarter, that's totally possible. If you're lucky enough to come across a 2017 P quarter in great condition, here's a quick tip. Protect it. Keep it in a coin holder. Avoid touching it with bare hands, and store it somewhere cool and dry to preserve its value. We're diving into the story behind a truly iconic coin, the 2000 P Mint Mark quarter dollar, a piece that has captured the attention of collectors everywhere. Some rare versions of this quarter can be worth thousands or even millions of dollars. So, if you think you have one lying around, keep watching, because today, we're uncovering its hidden secrets and what could make it so valuable. Let's start with a little background. The 2000 P quarter is part of the U.S. Mint's famous 50-state quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. Each year, 5 different state quarters were issued, celebrating America's diverse history and heritage. In 2000, the states included Massachusetts, Maryland, South Carolina, New Hampshire, and Virginia. The P Mint mark on these coins signifies that they were produced at the Philadelphia Mint. The 2000 P quarters each feature unique reverse designs, each representing symbols or landmarks significant to the state it celebrates. But on the obverse side, they all share the iconic profile of George Washington, created by sculptor John Flanagan. This design has been a staple on the U.S. quarter since 1932 and has been a symbol of American coinage ever since. So what makes some of these 2000 P quarters so rare? It all comes down to minting errors and specific conditions that make a handful of these coins unique. Collectors prize error coins. These could be anything from double strikes to die misalignments or even off-metal strikes. In the case of the 2000 P quarters, one particular type of error is the highly sought-after mule error, where the coin was accidentally struck with mismatched dies on each side. Now let's talk money. On average, a standard 2000 P state quarter is worth around 25 cents. But a well-preserved, high-grade example or an error coin with a mule or double die can be worth thousands and, in rare cases, even millions of dollars at auction. In 2021, a 2000 P quarter with a unique die error sold for an astonishing price. The exact value can vary based on the specific error, the condition of the coin, and the demand among collectors. Make sure it has the P Mint mark, indicating it's from Philadelphia. A pristine or uncirculated coin will fetch a higher price. Look closely for any doubling, unusual design flaws, or mismatched imagery on the coin. And there you have it. The 2000 P quarter dollar may just look like an ordinary coin, but under the right circumstances, it could be worth a fortune. So, take a closer look at your change, because you never know, you might just have a rare gem in your collection. If you enjoyed this video and want more coin collecting tips, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to channel name, and ring the bell for notifications. Let us know in the comments if you found any interesting quarters. We're diving into a coin you might have overlooked, the 1983 P Mint Mark Washington quarter. Believe it or not, this quarter could be worth a small fortune. So, how did a coin minted in the millions become so valuable? First, let's start with a little history. The 1983 P Washington quarter was minted in Philadelphia, as shown by the P Mint mark on the front of the coin, near the date. This coin is part of the Washington Quarter series, which began back in 1932 in honor of George Washington's 200th birthday. In 1983, the U.S. Mint produced millions of these quarters, making it a common coin in circulation. But what makes the 1983 P quarter different from others? It wasn't struck in silver, so it's not a traditional collector's coin. But still, collectors have gone absolutely wild for it. Why? Well, here's the interesting part. Unlike other years, the U.S. Mint did not release any mint sets to the public in 1982 or 1983. Normally, these sets preserve coins in pristine condition. But without mint sets, collectors could only find the 1983p Washington quarter in circulation, meaning they've usually been through countless hands, showing lots of wear and tear. This lack of mint sets meant that quarters from 1983 are exceptionally hard to find in top quality, uncirculated condition. And those in high grades are incredibly valuable today. Let's talk about value. While a well-worn 1983p quarter might still just be worth its face value of 25 cents, uncirculated or high-grade versions can fetch hundreds, even thousands of dollars at auction. In fact, some of the highest-graded 1983p quarters have been auctioned for well over $10,000. And it doesn't stop there. With the right combination of rarity and demand, the value could continue to climb. So, what should you look for if you want to find one of these valuable quarters? Here are a few key features that can help increase the value of your coin. As with most collectible coins, condition is king. Look for sharp details, especially on Washington's hair, the eagle's feathers, and the word Liberty. Any scratches, marks, or worn areas can decrease the value. Original mint luster, the natural shine of a freshly minted coin, is also important. If your quarter has that mirror-like shine, it could mean it's been well preserved. 1983p quarters with errors, such as double dies or off-center strikes, can add a premium. So keep an eye out for anything unusual. If you think you've got a valuable 1983p quarter, it's time to get it appraised. Take it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. These services can certify the condition of your coin, giving you a better idea of its market value. A graded, certified coin generally sells for more at auctions and provides you with documentation of its value. So, there you have it. A simple 1983p Washington quarter, a pocket change coin, that could be worth thousands if it's in top-notch condition. Who would have thought? Check your change, search your coin jars, and don't underestimate those quarters. You might just be sitting on a treasure. We're diving into the history and mystery of the asterisk 1986p Mint Mark Washington quarter. That's right. The coin that might be sitting unnoticed in your collection, but could potentially be worth millions. In this video, we'll explore its fascinating background, what makes it rare, and the signs to look out for that could make your 1986 quarter an absolute treasure. The 1986p quarter may look like any other in your pocket, but it has a story. Minted at the Philadelphia Mint, this coin marks a time when Washington quarters were made without silver, part of a trend starting back in 1965. By the 1980s, the U.S. was producing billions of quarters, but specific errors, variations, or unique characteristics can make some of these coins worth way more than their face value. Some 1986 quarters feature doubled lettering or design details, which could significantly raise their value. Look closely at Liberty or In God We Trust for any signs of doubling. Off-center strikes, planchet errors, or partial cladding layers can make a 1986 quarter valuable. A quarter missing its outer copper-nickel layer, for example, is extremely rare and valuable. Coins in near-perfect, mint-state condition can command high prices at auctions. In fact, the highest-graded 1986p quarters have fetched tens of thousands, and unique specimens could push that into the millions. Okay, so what's the big deal about these quarters possibly being worth millions? Recently, coin collectors have been willing to pay top dollar for rare, error-laden, or pristine Washington quarters from the 80s. While number 1986p has officially sold for $1 million, experts believe that a uniquely error-filled, high-grade specimen could one day reach this landmark. Auctions for such rare coins have already exceeded tens of thousands, and the collector market is always hungry for the next big find. Now, let's get practical. How can you check if you have a valuable 1986p quarter? Start by examining the coin under magnification. Look for any doubling in the text or design, as well as signs of off-center striking. Even the slightest scratch can affect a coin's grade. If you think your quarter might be a top-grade piece, consider having it professionally graded by companies like PCGS or NGC. Research recent auctions for 1986p quarters to see what's trending. Expert coin dealers and forums can also offer advice if you're unsure about your find. So, there you have it, everything you need to know about the 1986p Washington quarter and its potential for big bucks. If you're a coin collector or just love a good treasure hunt, keep an eye out for this unassuming coin. Who knows? Maybe your next find will turn out to be the $1,000,000 quarter the world's been waiting for. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins, hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you never miss an update on the latest coin collecting insights. Let me know in the comments. Do you have any 1986p quarters in your collection? We're diving into one of the most intriguing coins from the 1960s, the 1967 no-mint mark Washington quarter. Did you know this coin can be worth up to millions in rare cases? Stick around, because we're uncovering the history behind it, how to spot rare varieties, and what makes certain ones extremely valuable. Let's take a quick trip back to 1967. In the mid-1960s, the United States was in the middle of a coin shortage. The U.S. Mint was trying to keep up with high demand, especially with the transition from silver to clad coins due to rising silver prices. In 1965, the Mint stopped using silver in quarters and switched to a copper-nickel clad composition, which is what we still see today. By 1967, to reduce collector hoarding, the Mint decided not to put mint marks on quarters. So, if you have a 1967 quarter without a mint mark, you might wonder why that is. Unlike previous years, in 1967, the Philadelphia and Denver mints did not add mint marks to quarters. So all 1967 quarters will lack one. Now, on to what can make these quarters so valuable. The 1967 quarter itself was heavily circulated, which means many are in rough shape. But certain unique characteristics can make a few coins extremely rare and valuable. There are a few main types of valuable 1967 quarters you should know about. First, any quarter with an error like double die errors, off-center strikes, or misalignments can be valuable. Second, there are proof-like or high-grade uncirculated 1967 quarters that are in pristine condition. These were sometimes mistakenly released into circulation and can fetch high prices. Alright, here's the part we've all been waiting for. Why would anyone pay millions for a 1967 quarter? While it's extremely rare in pristine, high-grade conditions like an MS-68 or MS-69 near perfect, some 1967 quarters are so well preserved they're nearly flawless. Coin collectors and auctions prize these coins because of their rarity in such conditions. In fact, the record sale for a high-grade 1967 quarter reached an astounding amount due to its condition, rarity, and demand among top collectors. However, these sales are exceptional and often come from major auction houses where collectors compete for these high-grade rarities. Wondering if your 1967 quarter could be one of the lucky ones? Here's what to check for. First, look for the overall condition. Coins with minimal wear, no scratches, and strong luster are more valuable. For high-grade coins, consider having them professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC, as this can increase their value at auction. Tip: check for errors like double dies, which often appear around the text or edges. If you think you've got a rare 1967 quarter, get it appraised or graded to confirm its condition and potential value. Even if your coin isn't worth millions, it could still be worth much more than face value. And remember, collecting is as much about the journey as it is about the prize. Visuals show collectors at a coin fair, showcasing the community of collectors. We're diving deep into the 1991 Washington quarter with a P mint mark, a coin that's creating waves in the coin collecting world with some incredibly valuable specimens. The 1991 P Washington quarter was minted in Philadelphia during a time when the U.S. Mint was producing quarters mainly for circulation, rather than for collectors. This coin is part of the long-running Washington quarter series, originally introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. But what's so special about the 1991 P Washington quarter? Well, 1991 was a year like any other in terms of production numbers, with millions of quarters minted. But here's where it gets interesting. Some 1991 P quarters have unique errors or qualities that make them highly sought after by collectors. Let's talk about those. In the world of coin collecting, errors can be a big deal. Some 1991p quarters have minting errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or unique surface conditions that resulted from wear on the minting equipment. When a quarter has these unique errors in great condition, it can drive its value through the roof. For example, a double die error could mean parts of George Washington's portrait, lettering, or even the eagle on the reverse appear doubled, a feature collectors love. These errors are rare and can make this seemingly ordinary coin worth a small fortune. So, how much is a 1991p Washington quarter really worth? Well, most 1991p quarters in average circulated condition are worth just face value, 25 cents. But here's where things get exciting. In recent years, collectors have been willing to pay big bucks, even thousands of dollars, for pristine examples or those with rare errors. The right error, like a bold double die or dramatic misstrike in mint condition, could make a 1991p quarter worth asterisk hundreds to thousands of dollars. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling on Washington's face, the lettering, or the eagle. Even slight doubling can add value. Mint state or uncirculated condition is key. Look for a coin with no signs of wear or scratches. It'll be worth much more. If you find a potential treasure, consider sending it to a professional grading service. This can help verify the coin's condition and authenticity, which adds even more to its value. Grading services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate your coin and assign it a grade, which is crucial for high-value coins. A top grade, error-free 1991p quarter is a collector's dream. So, there you have it. The 1991p Washington quarter might look ordinary, but it holds hidden potential for a lucky few. If you're into coin collecting or just curious about what's in your pocket change, don't overlook those quarters. And if you found today's video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update from us.